you love a bargain like me, then make sure you look in the description of this video where you'll find a link to Instant Gaming. As you can see on screen, you can get it for an absolute bargain right there. Both editions for seriously good money. I bought this game from there, honestly, more than happy with it. And as you can see, there's other games, plenty of, which may be to your liking, to help save you more money as well. Remember, the link is in the description. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody, to another MoisTea gaming video. We are powering through, moving lots of freight and passengers through our ever-extending railway network. We've also got the rail and bags of mysterious goods. As you can see, these people are very happy. Look at his smiley face. We do need to provide these with superior comfort and speed with our boiling engine, no safety bars, and giant cliffs on the edge of the railway track. This man has been doing a good job, but apparently just stands there all day, so I'm not too sure why or who he is. This train operates on magical air. Coming over this river on the bridge is rather precarious. This man falls over, he is most definitely going to be dead. That can't be good, but there are some pretty flowers down there at least, and the water is extremely blue. Up this hill, the train does struggle, but it gets there eventually. On the last episode, I left you where we were just thinking about acquiring this sugar farm, simply because, well, it will give us more money, and we're thinking about getting lots of sugar everywhere. As you can see, if I zoom out on the map, here the sugar thing is not looking too shabby, but if we were to build a warehouse in Boston, which we did, we should be able to fill the Boston warehouse with sugar and have it transport sugar, which we own, to everywhere. Same goes for the meat. We are using these glorious animals to feed ourselves and the wood to cook them with. However, as you can see, this isn't a very heavily loaded train, as I am actually trying to acquire the meat production facility in Boston for a cheaper price. And to do this, we make sure the meat doesn't go anywhere so they don't sell as much, making them have lower profit, which means on the books, technically, we can get the business for a lower price. And I am a cheapskate, and I would absolutely love it if we can grab a bargain. While this train is being serviced, we can have a quick look and see what's happening. The meat production has halted, which is supreme. As you can see, the export warehouse is absolutely brim. This price was at nearly $1 million. We have reduced it to 665,000. Might be worth having a go, but what I'm actually going to do is wait that little bit more, see if we can get this dip to prolong over here while this is a high. That means we'll get it for even cheaper. And once we have managed to acquire it, we will move the stock all over here. Albany, Boston, Portland, and Bangor. Portland also produces meat, but we are not interested at this moment in purchasing both of these businesses. If I get the Boston one up and running gloriously, I can ship the meat everywhere and I will make a lot of money. Now, in here, when I get rid of these annoying notifications, we have the meat production facility in Acre. This is a little bit annoying because we are actually shooting ourselves in the foot to a small degree just while we actually make the price cheaper for meat here. Now, at the moment, I think I'm actually just going to buy it. That shouldn't be too bad because we are a weird man, as I will show you now. This is me, and we can grab things at 30% reduction rate from the auction price. Not sure how this man achieves it, but I do believe it is from some criminal entities of some kind, as we also get locomotives for 60% cheaper, which sounds all a bit dodgy. And he definitely has the dodgy vibe looking at him, and that might be why we get 15% less revenue from passengers and mail. Now we have acquired the meat production plant in Boston, we can think about actually moving it around. That will help our meat breeding facility, acre breeding. So let's have a look at our trainage. We have the M Boston Portland. That actually needs to change. That is not from where that goes anymore. This goes from Albany to Bangor. If we have a look. Albany to Bangor. Or Bangor, should I say. I would put it in capitals, but it does it. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, never mind. I'll survive. But they should now, well, when I sort it out, Boston. Let's add meat to the menu. Boston, let's add meat to that menu as well. However, in Portland, we want to ignore the meat, so that's what we're doing there. We do not want to utilize that meat production. We don't get paid for it, so we might as well ship our meat and make an absolute fortune doing it. Now, also in Boston, we have sugar, which we're going to be moving around. We quickly need to actually... Oh no, don't go there. Confirm all those details before I do anything too stupid. And deleting it. We need to purchase this company, which is full of sugar. Quickly... Yes, this is expensive, but it pays in the long run. As you can see, sugar is going to be a thing at some point, and we can stash it in the warehouse in Boston and supply it all to Albany, Boston, Portland, and Bangor. There is another sugar plantation down here, which for now isn't my concern, but later on it will be. Cloth is a thing that we also need to think about. At the moment, I'm purposely going to be ignoring it. However, in Albany, we have beer production, which I'm hoping to stagnate just for the time being, like it is doing. Currently, it's at full whack, but this was a half fillage before. We just need to have it reduced to nothing. The wheat farm we also need to wait for and get that reduced to nothing as well. Once the beer has decided it's not going to be worth anything, then we can buy it and ship it to all of these other places that make an absolute killing. The cloth in here as well is the thing that we need to worry about. Something else which I have just realised is the wood production. We could also utilise that if we were to stick wood in the warehouse as well in there. Find it eventually. We can do glorious things. Now I can actually stick meat in here as well, which will be good for shifting around. Meat. And what was the other one? It was... I've actually forgotten already. That is shocking. Oh yeah, that was it. It was woodage. For some reason, logs... Oh, there they are. We can stick logs in here as well and shifty them all around. We can also buy it just before we really do it in. Like so. Blap. Excellent. Nice. We only pay 100,000 for that. That is ideal. So now... Really, we're probably going to want more trains on this line. So we better make sure that that happens. If we have a quick gander at our trains. Yeah, it doesn't look great right now, but they're all just setting up. There we go. Centre on train. There you are. See, this is rather full. Struggling to get up the hill. It's full of all sorts. This is fairly empty. Lots of them are fairly empty. I was debating putting more trains on, but it would not appear that we currently need to. There's going to be a lot of freight moving around on this, because the warehouse is going to be filled with meat, logs, and everything else. This is going to climb up to absolute high heaven in terms of profit. This train will also go through the roof in terms of profit, because we're going to be moving all of this wood and cows around. Excellent. The sugar as well will gradually give us more. As you can see, we're already moving some of it. Nice. I do want that beer. That's going to take a little bit of time to acquire. Where's it gone? There. Yeah, we're going to have to wait on that. We do need some more pennies. Now, tasks that we have. Transport things between Boston and Portland. Already well on our way with that. Then we've got the other one. Reach 25,000 citizens in Boston, which we are slowly going to be doing. We need to have this fulfillment of demand higher. They could do with some cloth. They're getting bits. I don't know where from. I may have accidentally delivered some. What I am going to do is eventually grab this cloth production facility here, but right now I'm not going to bother. I may just ship some of it around to the other places around here as a temporary measure, just because that way we'll actually increase the population in Boston. If we edit this train line again, go to Bangor, we can actually have them to do cloth, which we're going to do like that. They should be happy doing that for a bit. There's going to be a lot of freight on this line now. Few people first going into Albany, which is glorious. I do want this beer. This beer will actually feed all of these. There's nowhere else that can really do it, unless we actually stick it in the town in Montreal, for example, but we're a little way away from doing that. If we can just grab it, that would be glorious. Make sure it stagnates, and everything will be fine. We have a small broken down train, which is right in the middle of everything. Really? Oh, it's still going. Oh no, it's broken again. What? You've just had a breakdown. Are you mad? You watch, there's going to be a big traffic jam that forms here. We've already got one train coming, which is going to have to stop. That is infuriating. Breaking down in the middle of the junction is not going to do anybody any favours. Now, there's nothing I can do about this. The man just has to fix it himself. Look at him, all happy with it. Believe it or not, this is less than, 3 months old. Shocking. Oh, this is the first one we got, so bang on in January we got this. Absolute mayhem already. Not ideal. Come on, lads, this is taking forever. This actually shows it now, which is actually quite nice. There is a problem, and it shows you where. Yep, because if you couldn't see that train blocking the junction, then there's something wrong and you shouldn't be driving. There is another train on the way. You can see the smoke in the distance. I hope they get that fixed rather sharpish. This train is... What's that got on it? Is that meat? That would appear to be meat. Somebody has left the trays open. That is not ideal. That cannot be good for regulation. Another train is coming because this one is stopped right in the middle. Are they going to stop? Oh, I thought they were going to keep going then. Yes, beep at them because they are really annoyingly still, well, broken. Oh, man. One train. One train. Knackers everything. Oh, we're back up and running. It only took forever. 2 trains, well, 3 trains have been delayed. Finally, they can proceed. Well, that wasn't a nuisance at all, was it? As you can see, our Albany Bangor lot is significantly earning more pennies now. This train is being serviced. That has meat on it. You can even say where it's going to. This is going to Bangor. And this would have collected it from Boston. So that's quite a little way away, really. Number 3 is full of cloth. Wow, nobody wants to get... Really? Let's have a look at this. Edit rail line. We need to prioritise the passengers. Want to make sure these keep running as a first priority. Please, thank you. The other one is also full of all sorts. People and freight, some luggage. Not going to be the fastest train, but it still will get there. Excellent. Isn't this game beautiful? You gotta love it. Absolutely fantastic. What do these guys look like? It's a bit empty. This one's a lot more full. We found some identical twins. What else do we have? More identical twins. What? Strange set of people. Right, how are we getting on? So, transport 320 people between these two. Yeah, that's still happening. Another breakdown. Why is that so low? That's quite infuriating. Do I have a maintenance depot here? No, I don't. That needs to happen. Let's get that done. Maintenance depot, yeah, 80. I've set that to 80% because I'm sick of them breaking them down. We get that in Albany. That should relieve some of the pressure. Boston has one. I don't think Portland does, but I do believe Bangor does. Yep, it does. I might even stick one in Portland. Just have them everywhere. I can't be having more breakdowns. It really does do everything in. We might be alright. Let's have a quick look. That one's okay. I think it may have just been on the Albany run. I think we should be good. This train is the Imminent station train, which is grabbing lots of sugar. Steaming along at... What's that gauge say? Because you can even see the gauges. I think it's just a rough gauge, but it's at full back. Still doing 20 miles an hour. Indian Transfer Act passed. Oh, negotiations with tribes commence. A long controversial resettlement law for the Native American tribes east of the Mississippi goes into effect today. The government is now authorized to negotiate with the affected tribes about their voluntary forced resettlement. President Andrew Jackson told critics of the law that progress requires moving forward. So we just need to move them out of there, apparently. That is obviously the solution. We Brits didn't do any favours for that in places like Australia and things. And I suppose we did it here anyway. So yeah, we are guilty as charged. But that was a different time with a different set of rules, so let's not go into that. Research, we have some things that we can get. Reduces the cost of bridges. No, we don't really build them. A speedometer. That will obviously give the driver the opportunity to observe his speeding prowess, which gives a maximum speed of all the early locomotives up to the John Bull by 5%. That's not really very much at all. However, we do kind of need to do it to go forward, so we're going to have to. Let's do that. So we could potentially grab this, which is leaf springs are now being used on all wagons to decouple wheels and axles from the wagon. This increases the running smoothness of the trains, and faster cornering is possible. So this increases the maximum speed of all our locomotives by 10% on a corner. Now, to me, that isn't worth 100 investment points right now because there aren't really any steep corners to go at. Because we've done them nice and gentle, so we're going to save our points and go for something else. Looking at our money, it is going up a little bit more now. We're making quite a bit of money from this train. Meat and all, they're all nice and juicily full, so that is good. We're going to be making a lot of cash. Still want beer facilities here. The price is coming down, which is ideal. Gonna have to wait for that to come down further. Because this is the one that I want to grab next, I'm going to not utilise this until then. The EMA station one, what's going on with you? So you're running down here. This is gradually going up, which is fine. If we have a look at the balance of last tour, not really that much. Maybe the fact that it's just, I'll say it doesn't count into the fact that we're actually making money on this, so we may be losing a little bit on transportation for the time being. However, we are making some good money on the actual production of the sugar, so we're going to leave that there. Oh, here we go. Boston Albany Railroad has the fastest train. What? They've beat me by 1 mile an hour. That makes this picture extra fuzzy. Not good. Our money is climbing. Let's see if we can have a look at the pennies section. If we can. Oh, what's this? Maximum speed by time. Oh, yeah, that time waited would have been considerable if we had a crash. Well, not a crash, but a breakdown. Look at the money going up for this now. This is really going up. The Albany Bangor train line run. All struggling to get up the hill, but it is going. This one is being serviced. That's going to Boston from Albany. Just with a bit of passengers and whatnot. The other one going the other way has wood going to it. So this wood from here now is properly being utilised and is also now feeding Albany. So that is glorious. Boston, we still need development. Oh, ayo.
I just received a grateful letter from the mayor of Boston regarding our new passenger line. That's really good press. Especially now that we are delivering goods faster than they are consumed, passengers can be a more reliable source of income.
Yes, they can. So we've done that. Now we just need to get 25,000 people in Boston. Now to do that, we need to get the the fulfillment of demand up. So what are we missing? We are missing beer, grain, and corn. So, what we could do... the answer is down here. We need to get the beer purchased and we need the wheat farm, well, the grain farm in our control as well. We do have the cloth fulfillment. We can leave that to do its thing. Can't buy everything, so we'll leave that to it. How much money are we making from... That's gone down considerably, but that will now start to go up. We've been transporting lots of wood recently, but don't worry about that. Quarterly balance is gone. Let's have a look. Revenue. Freight. Lots. Oh, this is the next bit. Production. Bonuses. Oh, that's quarter two. Let's have a look. Freight's gone up. Passengers have gone up. Mail's got up production about the same. Bonuses, meh. Production. What is production? Investments. We've done a lot of money in investments. That will be where a lot of it has gone. So which one of these? Is it the production? Surely not. We're losing that much money because of this. I'll see that now it's really starting to actually be eaten. Where is that train gone? Doing logs at the moment. Let's have a look. So they've still got loads of livestock there. Really? Oh, see, that's up to number 3. We don't need it at that. We're going to have to actually reduce the size of this because that is just ridiculous. We're going to reduce it. That should reduce our costs. And everything else. That is actually making a bit of money. We do need that to be reduced. Let's see what happens. Making a good bit of money off this one now. The sugar. Still got a good weekly balance. It's only going to climb. This is looking steady. The price has really gone down. Let's see if we can get it down further before we end up buying it. We also need this at the same time. So really we need around... That's $0.25 mil. This is going to be... just over $0.5 mil. If we can get that to $0.5 mil, then we should be fairly good to go. So you know, this is still pumping lots of wood to it. Have I not changed the priorities? Oh no, that's the wrong train. Where's it gone? Get rid of you. Oh, here we go. So we want the main lane. Edit. So it's still prioritizing wood, so we'll just leave it to it. Confirm. What is in that warehouse? That's what I'm interested in. Where's it gone? I can never find this thing. Warehouse. Oh, there's a fair bit in. It's only going to go up, I suppose. It is being shipped around, just like the sugar. So I'll leave that to do its thing. I would get more sugar production sorted, but I'm not going to. Because everywhere has got quite a lot of sugar in it, I think. And so that will start reducing. So it's just filling everywhere up for the time being, which is marvellous. Let's leave that to it. The meat is also being sorted. No, not that. I want the city. Bangor. Yeah, meat's being sorted still. Wood. Still got a ways to go. Oh no, we're not doing too bad. Not doing too bad at all. That desperately needs sorting though. This train needs to start getting some moo cows on it, which it is doing now. That way this will then be happy. We'll be okay. All these trains on the main line are quite full. Far from Boston to... well, it's being serviced now. Yeah, we just need a little bit more cash. That's getting cheaper and cheaper. That's good. Just a little bit more. Should we try it now, actually? Let's try and get this now. Remember, we are a man who gets bids done for cheaper. We now own that. We also want to own this. So let's grab that too. This is going to be a big money earner. Excellent. Right, now we can actually start shipping the beer everywhere. So in Boston, we're going to have the... where's it gone? Warehouse. Beer. We want that there too. And everyone will be happy. There's nothing in there that we also produce. Now we just need to change this rail line so that in Albany We can get the beer done. We only go there once. So that is marvellous. Portland, we want to ignore the meat, yes. And everything else is good. I'm going to actually increase the number of trains on this to 6. Because we get trains at a super cheap price as well. That beer is then going to start being shifted over to Boston and all the other places, which is going to increase demand considerably for everything, which includes meat, lumber, sugar, more beverages, and the next one is probably going to be that. The cloth. We are absolutely hammering that, actually. We've sent loads of it off. At some point, we're going to have to turn that off and just let it dwindle. Could do with connecting this up. Might be an idea, but this is eventually going to have to go from Albany, Syracuse to Buffalo. That might be an idea. Something else that we probably going to want to consider, though, is New York. Because that's quite a big place, really. Which means lots of passengers. Oh, here we go. Research reduces the cost of constructing bridges by a lot. This guy's going to buy it. I don't care about that. We're not really going to be building that many bridges. I mean, I say that, but we're probably going to be building 2 just over here. But we need that cash right now to be able to actually do that. This cash needs to go up. It's going up quite a bit now, which is good. It is increasing at 30,000 a week, which isn't too bad. How are you getting on? You're still shifting a lot of wood around, which is not you. There, still got 4 in there. Beer and sugar are still quite low. I could be doing this bit a little bit wrong as well. There's still 8 in the warehouse for the thing. Do I need to stick meat in here as well? Will that increase the storage? I don't think it's actually worth it. I'm going to get rid of that. We don't think that's necessary. Now, I want the beer to be transported from Albany to Boston and stashed, just so it's easier to get it up to Bangor on things if that is the case. They will do it on their own, but things might get in the way. So we'll just have some in Boston. It won't hurt just to fill it up slightly. This one is still being quite busy. Lots of luggage and meat. That's going to start getting utilised. I do believe the livestock was at full whack. At 60 something. So we're just gonna, I think it's just eating into the excess for now because it's moved them, but there isn't any actually in there, so we just need to wait for that. It's Boston growing it. We don't have the beer here yet. Does this train have beer? Oh, it does. We've got lots of it. Oh no. There we go, wrong button. Let's have a look at our delicious beverages. All in massive kegs. Now, not gonna lie, that ain't gonna last that long, really, is it? There's what, 20,000 people in Boston? 7 or 6 kegs gonna really do it? It wouldn't if it was England, let's put it that way. Moving into Boston now. This is going to be the first transport of beverages to the city. Or town, whichever one you want to class it as. And our choo-choo train going along. It's going very nicely. Which train is this? This is the 5th train that we've purchased. Here we go. Look at that. Love it. Not bad at all. As we can see, the beverages has definitely boosted the fulfillment, and that's going to go through the roof slightly. Currently it says 10%. Well, that is definitely going to go through once these trains have been sorted out there. It's gone up already, 20%. Does it a little bit gradually. This is just to simulate that it's being distributed throughout the population. What was the next one? Now we have wheat, which we need to start getting over here. Corn. We'll go for the wheat one first. All of these are going to need it. There isn't really any over here, not that we can actually get to anyway. So we'll start moving wheat into Albany, build a warehouse and see to that. All of our trains are still pretty full. Might even be worth getting some more in. Edit rail line. Well, let's have a look first actually at what... Oh no, stop it. Keep pressing buttons. What's the wood situation like? Everyone's quite happy with the lumber that they have, I think. I was thinking if that's going to slow down, we won't need another train. There, so we've still got bits that really we need to be transporting. This is still trying to move those. I mean, this one train really is trying. And what's in the warehouse here? There's only one. Albany, do you have lots of wood? Yeah, see, it's keeping up. It's doing all right. I mean, what? Even the sugar one, that's keeping busy. Looking at the warehouse. +3. It's still. What does that +3 mean? You've got 0 and then +3. If anybody knows, that would be glorious. We need to connect this up though. This wheat will further increase the population in Boston. So let's get this sorted. There's going to be a town in Syracuse right there. So if we do this on a funny angle like that, right in the middle of the fields. What about... Well, see, we need to think about these contour lines. That will do. Right there. Because it's in a dip. We also need to consider where this line is going to go. If we were to have a gander at this way, we need a train station in it really. We could just follow this because it is going to go around there. We go, but it is going to also need to be reduced. I don't want to connect it up directly to it. I want this to be connected up to the main line. What is it going to cost for another train station? 50,000. That's going to have to do. Might be worth sticking this on a funny angle like that. Just because then we can actually stick Albany to it through this north section. So we can come across over here. Connect it to here, and then we can have what we have down here for over here, this section, and the train station be there. That way we can then actually proceed over to Ottawa and stuff like that. So we've got this main line coming down here with a doodah, which can then come down this way eventually. We can have another doodah here, which can be used to link this lot to come down, and this is all going to want to go east and things, so that should work out alright if we bung this around about here. We'll go for that kind of line, see what happens with that. Now just to get an idea of where this is going to go, or do we build this now actually? That may be an idea. That's the first. We're going to want that to go there. Obviously, we're not going to go through the tunnel. That is going to be a little bit extreme. We need to go down here. Like so. Now this still reckons it wants tunnelage, but that ain't going to happen. We're going to need to really scroll that up. Something like that. That's still going to want a bit of something, so we need to go up a little bit more. That actually solves a lot of that problem. That's actually not too bad of a cost. So we could build that in preparation. I do want this to be a little more over here. Why is this being a nuisance? Oh, that's straight. Right, okay. I think that's straight. Now I'm beginning to understand what is actually going on here. That keeps it straight up till where you want it. And then you've got the bend, which we can stick in like that. Well, that kind of knackers it up. But we can have the doodah around here. Maybe that's a little too far. How about something like that? Because this bit here is going to be the intersecting do for that section. May even just have to bring this in a little bit more. Where does it bite me? There. I won't do it until you go down here. So right, that'll have to do. Something like that. This wants to stay somewhere around there. Let's try and do a little bit of that. That looks good to me. So we've got earthworks going around here. Build the bridge, then it dips in. This wants to be lower. And then all is good. That isn't actually too bad. Then this will link up to these other towns north with a doodah. So we're going to build that. Like so. We will get this partially built going down here. Where have you gone? Get this partially built down there. That doesn't cost much. Then we can connect this up to it via this section. We need to make sure that that's actually quite a nice curve. That ain't too bad actually. We can go with that, and then we need a offshoot and a blob to go into there like that. There we go. Everybody's happy. Just need to set the directions of the thing. And that all looks nice and dandy. There we go. Look at that! Not bad at all. Rightio, now we can get wheat from Edison Terminal to Albany. We own all of this. Well, that isn't a problem. There we go. This is going to be stacked out. We're going to need a doodah here. Oh, we need a service supply tower here as well. We also need one of these, a switcheroo. Like so. Do we have one here? Yeah, we do. So that's all good. What's going on with this section here? That's not been designated. Now it has, so that's good. What am I clicking here? Things are being pressed. Oh, I'm just hovering over things. A little bit confused. Right, so what was it now? Here to there, we need a service station. Where do we stick it? We'll stick it right here. 30,000. If I stick it there, it will reduce the time that all of these other ones are done, but we're going to need one on here eventually at some point anyway. I just don't really want this to get stuck. We're going to actually have it around here. We'll have it there, so that this train going here will always resupply here. We can have another one going over to Syracuse on this section. Well, that will be fine. We need a maintenance depot here, which I don't know if I did. Oh, I did. Oh, so that's good. Right, so that is wonderful. It should be fine to set up a train now then. Go from here to here. And that is it. We'll have the John Bull because that's all we've got. Okay. There's all that malark as well. One train, go. And there it is. This is our new trainage. This is the 9th train, actually. This is quite interesting now. Already we've actually managed to get quite a few of them going. This is going to be filled rather marvellously with lots of wheat eventually when it loads, which it is doing. And then we're going to have a proceed. This man is trying to have relations with this woman. Not too sure if that is a hairpiece. Yes, we'll go for a yes. And we're off. Lovely jubbly. Fully loaded. The train is struggling slightly. Can't actually have a wiggle around down the bottom of this one, which is slightly irritating. But we are going. Chuffty puff all the way. I like the weather here. It's always sunny. Branches are getting in the way. The track seems to be quite a nice one. So that's a nice early supply route going through, which is wonderful. That should stop any traffic on the main line. This is where it connects into 2. And then look left, because there are probably going to be trains whizzing up and down here soon. Nicely connected on. Beautiful. Now we're steaming over to, I forgot where this is now. Albany? Is this Albany? Oh yeah, it is. That's where we're going. Well, that's quite a short route. We've also got another train here. The number 2. So, me getting wheat here, I'm going to have to actually stick a warehouse here. Then the wheat can be stored and stashed all the way up along the line. That sounds wonderful. Now, that is going to cost me a little bit of money, but it is necessary. So if we get a blah, where have you gone? Warehouse. Oh, 140. I didn't think it was that much. Did I pay that last time? I thought it was 80. Could be wrong. But this is still looking good here regardless. In the warehouse we have lots of things. We're going to be making quite a bit of money now. This beer is going to be pretty empty. Yeah. I may need more trains on this line. That's full. That's partially full. That's going to Boston from Portland. Some of these... that's cloth for Boston as well. That's come from Bangor. That one is full. This is cloth for Albany and meat for Albany. So this is running down this section. The other one is full as well. Quarterly balance. Apparently there's been a change. Dramatic. Maintenance costs and everything. Income. Oh, well, that's just because we don't have bonuses. So this is actual money that we've got by proper earnings now, which is good. So the freight has gone up stupid amounts. Passengers, about the same. Mail, about the same. Production, that is much better now. We're actually making money on the things that we're making, which is from these and such. This is at full production all the time, which is ideal. That's what you want. This one, the meat, is at full production all the time, which again is what you want. That's a little bit sketchy, but we're getting there. This has improved, but it is not perfect. May need to reduce. Well, we'll see how it goes. It's finally eating into that huge stock that it's had. So it's not been able to do anything for a while. So we'll leave that as it is for now. Because it costs money to upgrade it, but it doesn't cost anything to reduce it. So we'll leave that happy. This is a operation that we do want. And that's going to cost a fortune. So we're going to have to wait on that. Then we've got this over here, which is now going to be absolutely hammered. It's already empty nearly. All of it's going into here. The beer is nearly empty. Look at that. It's been doing it for what, 5 weeks, and it's at full whack production all the time now. If it comes a case of we need more production, that will be fantastic. We've got plenty of it in Boston. And we're getting bits and bats now further up the line. We've even got bits in... Oh, okay, so that's good. Delivered by train and things. Yeah, so we've got loads of it. Even going up to Bangor, so that has marvellous things. Bangor has actually grown, so we're going to have more people and things here. Boston is growing. Fulfillment at 66%. Well, there's only wheat and corn to go. So wheat is coming. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Where's it gone? No. Go back. Oh, that's right. I don't have the thing here yet. We need a warehouse. We can afford that now because we've got a little bit of cash. Warehouse, we want wheat in it, please. Oh, grain, I'm calling it wheat. That will now really stash things up. We've got lumber, we've got sugar, all of this coming from here and here. The transport network is running smoothly. We're making a lot of money on these. I'm actually thinking of upgrading the number of trains in it to make more money. So we'll edit that rail line and go for 8 trains and see what happens. They will take a little bit of time to implement, but it's all well and good. There's many things that we need to move on here, but things are looking rather well. I hope you have enjoyed the scenery, the view, the gameplay, the bushes in your face, the tree branch which has nearly just knocked you off the train, where you will be plummeting off of this bridge and dying. I really do hope you've had a nice time of it. Thank you very much for watching. I'm trying to get a good thumbnail picture. I suppose that will have to do. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you in the next one. I hope you've enjoyed it. We do have a Discord if you want to join. Everyone is welcome to. Thank you very much. Bye bye. See you later.